Hey there, gamers. Take a brisk December walk with me, and I'll share what I learned from my second PAX Unplugged convention, which was just a couple weeks ago. Turning around, now I've got the sun in my face. It's cold. Red coat, red nose. So what did I learn in my second go-round at the convention? Well, the first go-round, I was really kind of, it was just so new, and I felt like, oh, I've got to do all the things, I've got to buy all the games, I was a little crazy, honestly, but I had a blast. And I had a blast again this time, but it was a very different convention, and I feel like that alone was instructive to me. What you do at a convention, it doesn't always have to be the same thing, and you can kind of plan it or just wing it and have very different experiences. So this time I decided not to be so much about purchasing games, but trying things out. So last year, 2024, I didn't really do many demos. I just sort of had an idea about what I was gonna like based on videos and reviews and BGG, things like that. But this time, I said, no, I'm gonna take the time to demo things at booths. As a result, I actually played, number of different kinds of games I played more. And there were a few things that I was like, I definitely need to see this. And then there were a few other things that it was like, oh, I wasn't planning on doing this, or I've never heard of that. So I got some surprises and a few things that were just like, oh, this is here. I didn't know this was going to be here. Let me take a look at it. So an example of the, oh, this is here, was the Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs, which I have been curious, oh geez, there's the leaf blowers. I have been curious about that for over a year, but hadn't really been able to put my hands on it. So I wasn't sure if it was gonna be just like too little and fiddly for me. But because I just left a lot of time to just try things out, I saw it, I zipped right over there, I had no waiting, and I got to try it. And I discovered and play it. I played, we did the teach, and then because there was no waiting, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna walk away, you can play it for as long as you like. Great. So I played a couple rounds, decided that I really liked it. So I had tried Tiny Epic Dungeons, and that was just too little and fiddly for me. I couldn't. But for some reason, Buttons and Bugs worked. So I picked it up. I hadn't planned on buying it. Then there were the things that, oh, I definitely need to get this. It's on my wish list. It's a priority. But I didn't try it. And I always have to hit the Button Shy booth up because they're just too cute. And even though it is in driving distance of my house, I hadn't been by there since Shallow Regrets came out, and I definitely wanted Shallow Regrets. So I picked up Shallow Regrets and the solo mode, which I've since played, and it's like, I like it, but I didn't love it. And that just confirmed my try before you buy situation. And I think that's going forward with conventions. I think that's going to be I gotta try before I buy. I mean, every once in a while you see, oh, there's something, I just know I'm gonna like it. So for example, in that category was something that I had backed on Kickstarter. I backed Pirates of the High Teas. I was super pumped up about that. And because it was there, I didn't know it was gonna be there, but it was there. They had I guess just a demo. And I was able to put hands on it and talk to the guy working at the booth about some of the mechanics. And I loved it so much that I came home and changed my pledge. I went all in for the deluxe components, because when I originally backed it, I was like, I'm not sure, I'm not gonna go all in, we'll see. But then I loved it. So yeah, I'm all in on Pirates of the High Teas. Let's see if another example of thing. Oh yes, so I gamified the convention a little bit more this year. Last year, I did not do any of those walk around and scan the thing, questy, whatever. I just didn't. I don't have time for that. But this year I did. And my favorite one to do was the, what's they called? The cookie quest? Anyway, you get a cookie and you make a donation to it's a charitable donation. And then if you want to, you can do a little quest. So I decided, let me do a quest. I love the idea of doing a quest anytime. Like if I go to a Ren Fair, I'm doing the quest. So I did the quest, and it was funny, when I picked up my quest, I said to the woman who was handing them out, I was like, yeah, but now I'm an old lady, so, you know, if you want to give me any hints, that would be nice. So she did. She gave me a hint for the quest that I picked, and I could have done it without the hint. But it was just kind of funny. I'm just always working it, you know. So that was super fun. Last time I played 3 RPGs, which I had scheduled in advance. This time I only played 1. I played Pirate Quest. So you may be picking up on this pirate theme. I'm having a pirate thing. I'm into pirates. So I played Pirate Borg. I loved it so much. If you go to game conventions and you haven't tried just doing a little short one-shot, just like a 1 to 3 hour one-shot at a convention, I think it's a nice break from the cardboard, and you get to just sit down and play a story. But I love RPGs, so yeah. But Pirate Borg, fantastic, never fails to disappoint, and yeah, so that was that. Let's see, food. Last year in 2024, I went to the Chinatown, and I went to Reading Terminal Market. But this year, because the marathon was in town, I decided not to get out there and mix it up. There was a big enough crowd in the convention center, but I did pretty well. I found an empanada place, which I didn't see last year, and I really enjoyed that. And then I found Saxon's, and that was also good. The other thing that I did that was different this year that I didn't do last year was I really kind of confined myself to the exhibit halls, except when I was playing a role-playing game, and I went downstairs into one of those rooms. But this year I explored what was on in just like the halls that are outside the exhibit halls, the halls that are outside the role-playing games, and then the halls that were outside the special learn to play rooms. There was some interesting stuff there, and you know, a little bit off the beaten track. I did not make it to any of the shows. They all had lines that were so long I wasn't willing to, you know, use an hour plus of my convention time just sitting on the floor waiting to get in someplace. What else can I say that was interesting? Well, the whole thing was great. I always leave feeling really good. Last year and this year, I only went on Friday and Sunday and took Saturday off to spend time with family because I have family in Philly. That's where I stay when I go. And that was lovely. It was a nice break. Oh, right. So on Saturday this year, we went to Lancaster. And I had no idea about this, but Lancaster is like a fabulous place to go if you're a gaming person. There are, I don't know if there's 2 or 3 gaming stores, very good stores. One of them actually has a dedicated room, sort of a dungeon-y room, really nicely decorated, that you can rent so you can play a role-playing game with your friends. And I forget what the price was, but it was reasonable. And they also there's a board game cafe. So honestly, if you just want to get away for a weekend and play games, Lancaster, who knew? Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Give it a try. Let's see, is there anything sort of off the beaten track? Of course, I did get several games. Stayed within budget, which I do by having a budget. Like I can't go over a certain number, and that works for me. I guess that's about it. I had a fabulous time. So I'm not showing you my games that I bought, but I think in the description below, I'll make a list of the games I got. I haven't gotten them all to the table yet, but got about half of them to the table already. So good on me for that. So happy holidays. And if you didn't get to a convention and you're curious, I hope this has been helpful. And I hope you get to one day, because I just think they're a ton of fun. And I'm a genuine introvert, and I have a good time. So that's that. And thanks for listening. Bye.